Okay, so it got me to thinking, like, what do you think would be the floor for Chris's free agent market? Right? 'Cause
Mid-level.
so mid-level being like 10 million.
Yeah, 10 and change.
Yeah.
Now you'll get into what is how many years are you going to guarantee?
Sure. Yeah.
Is a swing piece there. So that's an interesting one because I don't know. Like he's older for a prospect, and he's actually another great example of what I was talking about earlier with the guys who are older than their draft age, but
Right.
don't have as much basketball development underneath them. Like Chris is 29, and he's had 5 NBA seasons, but like when you look at his college and his high school and his injuries and stuff, like I'm not saying he's a prospect still, but he's a young 29 as far as could you get a little more out of this guy?
I would also like to think I'm a young 29, by the way.
Are you only 29 still?
I'm still only 29, Blake.
My baby boy.
I know. Anyway, so yeah, okay. So the floor, I agree with you, is mid-level. The Raptors obviously had the ability to offer more than that, holding his full bird rights. How much more of that do you think the Raptors should comfortably be able to offer without impacting some of the other financial decisions they want to make?
So I think they have about 30 that they can spend and be like comfortably beneath the tax.
30 to spend between Chris, between Thad, and the mid-level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any biannual or anything like that.
Yeah, okay.
And it's more than that, but generally you would like to leave, like if they were like, okay, this is our roster, it's set, you could go more than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you gotta, in a non-contention year or even a year you can avoid it. They're going to avoid the luxury tax, and entering the season with a little wiggle room there makes trades a little easier under the tax and stuff like that. So I have 30 million in my head as Boucher, young, mid-level. If you can get those 3 things for 30 mil, you're pretty happy with your offseason.
Right.
Given that I know some people will be like, well, they didn't get a star or whatever. There's no path to maximum cap space for the Raptors. There's no path to getting in the mix for an Ayton or a Miles Bridges without a sign and trade. So 30 million, Boucher, Thad, mid-level. I would think that this is the hardest part of this for me is purely like if you were treating this coldly as like, we got to maximize every dollar. We don't care about the personal relationships. We don't care about the rest of the market moving on while we wait. The move would be to wait and see if someone offers Chris Boucher the mid-level.
Yeah.
Because most teams can't go over that.
Yeah.
And then if you got to go 12-5 because he's a little upset that, you made him wait it out or whatever, like I'd be comfortable if the term is short, 12 million for Chris Boucher doesn't seem crazy to me.
No, not at all. That's like average player money nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like 2 years, 25 mil or something like that. It's when you get into the 4-year mid-level territory that I'd be like, I know less about that. Like you're paying him into 33 and
but, I mean, for his perspective though, as you mentioned, that's where the age thing, like if you're 29, right, and you sign a 2-year deal, there's a very, very good chance you're going to sign for another, especially if he keeps his production up, another longer term deal at that point at 31. Whereas if you sign a 4-year deal, you get to like 33. I feel like that's starting to be the point where players start to fall off a little bit, especially for guys like Chris who need to be, as active, as athletic.
And there aren't a lot of guys like him to see like, oh, what's the precedent for this player type to
there's
like
nobody
in terms of
like
how
him,
they age.
actually.
Yeah.
There really isn't anyone like Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. This is that's at like if I'm his agent, that's at the same time a really good thing and a really bad thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, no one does what he does like he does it. And that's great. That makes him valuable. And then if you're the team side, you're like, yeah, but how do we know if this still works at 33? If he slows down, like if Chris Boucher slows down like 15%.
No, that's a real issue, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it is like standing in the corner and crashing in the weak side, for the crashing the glass. You're obviously going to need your peak athleticism to be able to do that successfully at a high level. A lot of his production is catching lobs and stuff like that, which you obviously need to do at a high level. A lot of it is running the fast break. Like how many times this season did we see Scotty Barnes throw a no look away pass to Chris Boucher in transition? Like that was like a go-to play. It requires your big to be able to get down the floor that quickly. And also on the other end, defensively, it's like contesting shots, flying around, closing out on threes, all that stuff. It's like you need your peak athleticism to do that, right? So, I mean, I don't know.
So I'm comfortable with something like 225.
That's good with me.
If you go beyond 2 years, that's when we start to get into, I think you would like partial guarantees or a team option somewhere or something like that, just to kind of protect your downside.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, what was like 3 and the third year is partial guaranteed or player option? You good with that?
Not player option.
Oh, sorry, team option. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raptors got to get away from all these player options.
Yeah, you're right.
Svi?
Yo, come on, be happy for Svi, man. Congrats. Svi's back on the team.
Yeah,
guys.
great that
$2
he
million guaranteed this year.
Good for him.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. I'm very pro player in negotiations. Svi Mykhailiuk and Stanley Johnson having player options. We've gone too far.
All right. No, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. The other free agent that's of major interest is Thad Young, who the Raptors acquired last year at the trade deadline, swapping out Goran Dragic, the trader, into Thad Young, plus a downgrade in picks, which honestly turned out pretty well because Koloko, I would have been pretty happy if the Raptors took Koloko 20th, for example.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at who kind of went in that range. The other thing too is like you can't discount the fact that say there was someone in the top 20 they really liked. It's a lot easier to get up. Like say they were enamored with AJ Griffin or Tari Eason or something like that. Those guys went outside the lottery. It's a lot harder to get there with 33 than it is with 20.
Okay. No, fair enough. Fair enough.
So, but yeah, there's not like I'm not really melting down that they didn't get Walker Kessler.
A lot of people were melting down when the first round pick was moved. I mean, look, listen, it wasn't like a home run deal in terms of like value, but at the same time, I think a lot of it probably depends on whether or not you're able to retain Thad.
The other thing too is like because they traded the pick to San Antonio, like Malachi Branham is going to be good because he's a Spurs prospect now. So it'll look, but like it's one of those things where like, okay, does prospect X look better? Like does Scotty look as good as Scotty looked if he goes to the Magic? Does Jalen Suggs look better if he goes to the Raptors? Does that 4 or 5 decision look different?
That's fair.
But I would say like the only guy that went in between those picks that I'm like, I would really have liked the opportunity to take at 20 is Blake Wesley.
Okay.
I think he slid too far at 25. Another guy who went to the Spurs.
Yep.
I want all the Spurs picks back. I mean, maybe Andrew Nembhard, but it's great for him that he got to a place that he's going to play minutes and play with a bunch of other Canadians. So.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. That's really Team Canada part 2 over there. Okay, so with Thad Young, though, this is part of the evaluation of deals, whether or not you're able to retain him at a decent number. To me, I think the floor for him is probably the taxpayer mid-level.
Yeah.
Which is about 6.
Yeah.
Because I could see, like, for example, like I just kind of want to go through this real quick exercise with you of these contenders who could use that in a rotation. Like I'm talking about in a playoff series, he could be one of their top 8 players. Okay. Could he be in the rotation for the Suns?
Yeah.
Mavericks?
Yeah.
Clippers?
Nope.
That's a little harder. They have a lot of depth. Celtics?
Yeah. Yes, but they've got some decisions to make that maybe no.
Okay.
Like it's a bit of a weird fit to keep him and Grant Williams both in the mix.
Yes. And I think all things considered, you take Grant.
Yeah.
Miami.
Yeah, they ran out of guys quick in the playoffs there.
Yeah.
They got to get someone who can play at both ends of the floor. Although once they get KD, who knows?
Oh God, yeah, I really wouldn't put it past Pat Riley, aka Luka Changretti. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Peaky Blinders. Okay, the 76ers?
Yeah.
The Bucks?
Yeah.
right?
They ran out of guys in the playoffs too. I mean, maybe a little less so if Middleton's healthy, but
sure,
you can't do the Pat Connaughton thing at scale in the playoffs.
Yeah, and then the Warriors.
Yes, but maybe not next year.
Yeah,
if you get any growth wise out of Moody and Kuminga.
Well, you're already looking at 5 teams in just that list alone of playoff contenders who could probably use them, and obviously we know that.
But there are other guys you could use the taxpayer mid level on too.
Yeah, which by the way, we're gonna have this conversation in the second half because we're gonna take a break after this. But a lot of the mid level targets not that sexy. This is I at least to me, like when I was thinking about this, because obviously the other portion, as you mentioned, Raptors at $30 million. You split it between Chris, Thad, and the mid level. I'm like, I don't even know, man. A lot of these guys, I'm like, I guess it's cool if they use a whole mid level on them, but you know, these guys aren't like knock your socks off kind of players. But yeah, just thinking about Thad though, real quick. Floor is probably $6 million. Raptors, again, you could take the same approach with Chris. You offer him slightly more, and then you have him sort of more comfortably. I think, you know, he obviously. I don't know. Do you think there is a mutual interest, or do you think he's like sold on this whole situation?
Yeah,
like,
I think there's a mutual interest. I don't think it's a lock.
Yeah, of
but
course.
Like the Raptors got him because they've liked him forever, and they came out and said getting his bird rates is a part of this deal. The hard part isn't do you like Thad and is he worth $6 million? It's are you playing 5 power forwards full time next year?
And the answer is yes.
Yeah, it was already hard to find Thad minutes when everyone was healthy this past year.
Yeah.
And those guys are going to want, like, you're going to want to play
like
Precious
Thad
more.
at 3?
I like Thad wherever.
No, because, like, you know, Thad, Chris Boucher, and then Precious Achua was like a very, very prominently used bench combination. And we'll see. Maybe Precious makes his way in the starting 5. I think he's fairly close, honestly. But, yeah, like.
It's just, it's.
The Raptors are weird enough of a team to actually do that and commit to it again.
Yeah.
With 2 free agents who are essentially competing for the same spots.